Welcome to this episode of the Keto Vegan podcast. I am Rachel, I am your host. This episode will be followed by part 2 next time. And what this one is all about is, what do you do? How do you go about not making any mistakes with your vegan friends? So if you are a non-vegan, this one is for you, as is the next one. I've just done a little bit of research. About 4%, more than that, of people in the UK, and these are adults, are vegan. It is highly likely you have vegan friends. Now, the old saying goes, or the not so old saying goes, how do you know somebody's a vegan? Because they tell you. Now, you know I'm a vegan because I've got a podcast called The Keto Vegan. You know I'm keto because I've got a podcast called The Keto Vegan. So it's no secret that I am a vegan, as do most people in my life know, if not everybody. And it's not because I tell them, but if I'm with some people that know that, they will announce it to the other people in the room. What to do about that? Okay, so when we've got over 4% of the adult population in the UK being vegan, it is likely that you have got friends that are vegan. Highly unlikely you've got friends that are keto and vegan. That population is probably 0.0001% of the population, if not even less. How do you go about making sure you don't offend your vegan friends, that you don't not invite them to things, that you stop excluding them from little do's and things like that? So let's go through a few steps. And I just want to thank Vegan FTA. Their media is excellent. Their social media is excellent. I found this article on Threads. They are all over social media. Vegan FTA, just pop it in, you will find them. They've got loads of good articles. So I'm kind of using this information to share with you, and definitely I recommend following them. They are great. They've got people all over the world. You can find out all about them on their website, which is, guess what? veganfta.com. Ta-da! Simple. Let's start with food. Yes, if you invite a vegan for a meal, you can do it. Be brave. It is possible. Make sure you check with them about the food they like and don't like. Some people are fussy about food, carnists and vegans. Some people don't like cooked celery. I can't stand it, or I used to hate it. I can't imagine that I'd like it now. Some people don't like Brussels sprouts. Some people don't like sausages. I used to hate sausages. Still not that keen on them. This was when I was a meat eater. So don't assume because you're getting something vegan that they are going to like it. Do check with them. I am the fussiest person I know. I used to love a stuffed mushroom for breakfast, kind of gone off them. I used to love lots of things, kind of gone off it, like the cheesesteak casserole that I used to make. Not so keen on that anymore. In fact, so fussy. But do check. I very much doubt your vegan friends will be nearly as fussy as I am. So check with your vegan friends about the food you're going to offer them. Do they actually like it? You do not want to have to go into that trouble for them to actually not be that keen. Number 2 with food. I've had this happen to me before and I really appreciate it, but it could also be just a little, I don't know, separatist. You're cooking your dinner. I've had it happen to me loads. You're cooking a meal for your friends and you do a separate food for your vegan friend or the guest that is vegan. Why? Why go to all that trouble? Why don't you cook food that everybody can eat? I know, vegan food, everybody can eat it. Isn't that incredible? Everybody can eat it. People who are halal can eat it. Kosher can eat it. Anybody from any religion can eat this food. It is versatile, it is flexible, and it also doesn't make your vegan friend feel a bit awkward that you've cooked them something different. It doesn't make them feel separate to everybody else because they're eating something different to everybody else. It's much more inclusive to feed everybody the same food. You do not need to tell the carnists that they are eating vegan food. Carnists kind of are phobic of vegan food, some of them, which is interesting. But do let the vegan know everything I'm serving today is vegan, just to let you know, so that you know you can eat it. Another food one. If your vegan friend is doing, me perhaps, is doing dinner or entertaining or a barbecue or anything like that, don't demand non-vegan food at their house, at their dinner party, at whatever. It's actually really rude to demand that they produce something that is from an animal product, animal foods. That's a no-no. And if you're taking food, if it's like a buffet or something, I wonder whether a vegan would risk that and invite people to bring food. They might not, but don't take your animal products to their place. Often people are vegan not because of dietary, but because of ethical reasons. If you go to a vegan's house and demand that they use something with eggs in or have bacon, it's actually really disrespectful. It's disrespectful of who they are and how they feel and what they believe in. It's an abuse of their hospitality and is actually likely to make them feel very upset. Now, I know how upset I felt when I was told that some guests that were coming to mine did not want to eat my vegan proteins. I think they're often labelled as UPFs, ultra-processed foods, but if you actually look at the ingredients, they're not. They are processed, as is so much non-vegan food, but they're not UPFs. Do check your labels, people. So ethical vegans, I am one of them, see that animal product is because of animal exploitation, animal suffering, and animal slaughter. The whole industry, we feel, is wrong. Fourth one, another faux pas that you could make, as is not true for me, is assuming that your vegan friend eats the fake cheeses and the fake meats, the proteins that are in the form of what carnists eat, or animal products like burgers, sausages, bacon, mince, that kind of thing. Not all vegans do. So don't make an assumption that if you are going to entertain a vegan, that they actually like pretend meats. Some don't. We know that I do because I have to keep my proteins up being keto. So I very much make sure that I'm getting plant-based proteins. One that I have been using recently is this isn't this superfood, or this superfood something else. And that's basically just a block full of grains and pulses and loads of protein, all natural products put together, and it's actually quite tasty. It's all right. They also do a marinated one. I haven't tried that one because I haven't checked the carb count on that, but I'd imagine that's going to be much higher carbs than this superfood. which is really, really low carbs and really, really high protein. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. In the supermarkets in the UK, Sainsbury's, it's definitely in there. It's bound to be in Tesco's, bound to be in all the major supermarkets in the UK. Don't know about the rest of the world, I'm sorry. So don't assume that your vegan friend is going to be like Rach and eat all your fake meats. There's lots of other things: pulses, sweet potato, chickpeas. I actually don't know what other things there are because I don't eat them, but there's loads of stuff out there. Finally, for this one, lots more next episode, is about not inviting your vegan friend because you just want to avoid the hassle of having to think about what can I give them to eat. Lots of vegans are used to taking their own food, especially keto ones. I am more than happy to always take my own products and my own foods if I've been invited out to somebody's dinner party. I mean, it would be much nicer if they would actually be adventurous and cook a whole vegan dinner, and imagine a vegan dessert as well. Just imagine that imagination that would have to go into that. That would be really great. And as I said in my last episode, my Spain one, sitting at a table with people eating meat and dairy is actually quite unsettling. It's quite disturbing that this is happening right in front of you, especially because I'm not used to it. If you do think they're a vegan, not going to invite them because it's going to be too much hassle, this is actually exclusion because of their beliefs. Would you do that because of somebody's colour, religious beliefs, anything like that? But it seems acceptable to do it because they're a vegan. So it does, if they find out you've had a big dinner party and haven't invited them, it tells them that actually they are not worth that effort to consider their ethical and moral stance just for a few hours, not having them around. Vegans put up with that most days of their life, that they're with other people. Remember that vegans aren't intending to make your life difficult. What vegans want, they want to live their life. They don't want to cause harm to any animals. They want to live their life peacefully, and they want to make sure that their life doesn't negatively impact another's life. Guys, they're about love, about peace. They're about abundance and thriving. They're about planet Earth and survival. They're about making a difference, and the difference is all positive. That's it. Join me next episode for some more points about how to be a better friend to a vegan and how not to make many common mistakes that are made often in today's society. Just imagine in 10 years' time, you might also be vegan. I know. I went overnight. I would never have thought on the Sunday during the day when I sat down that on the Monday I'd be vegan. Never thought that. Instantaneous transformation. It could happen to anybody. If it happened to me as keto, it could happen to you. Brace yourself. It might be coming soon, and how exciting if it does. I'm assuming most of you who are listening to this are vegan. Do share this episode with your non-vegan friends who might want to find out a bit more about some common mistakes that are made and how to avoid those. I'll see you next time.